We often hear about grand journeys, epic cross-continental adventures, but have you ever paused to ask yourself, what truly compels us to step out of our comfort zones, to leave behind the familiar in search of something new? There are times when life feels like an endless loop, a monotonous cycle. Each morning we wake up to the same commute, the same job, the same deeply ingrained routines. That feeling at times can be like an invisible cage, trapping our desire to soar, to experience things we never have before. The green glow of computer screens, the incessant honking of horns on crowded streets, or the visible weariness on the faces around us, all seem to paint a dull picture lacking the vibrant hues of surprise and excitement. We gaze out the window, seeing the vast sky, yet feel confined within the four walls of our daily existence. Until one day I decided to pack my bags and step out of that familiar door. In that moment, I didn't know what I would find, but I knew I wouldn't be the same person anymore. It was a feeling both exhilarating and liberating, as if an invisible thread had been cut. I vividly remember it was a crisp autumn morning when I stood at a crossroads, unsure whether to turn left or right. Instead of choosing the familiar path, I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and decided to go in a completely random direction. In that instant, an aha moment exploded in my mind. I realized that life isn't a straight path, but a labyrinth with countless turns, and only when we dare to get lost do we truly find unexpected wonders. It wasn't just a trip, it was a revolution of the soul. Have you ever felt stuck, uninspired, or yearned to find something new? Perhaps you're facing a big decision or simply crave a small change in your life. Whatever it is, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. And more importantly, I'm here to promise you that this video series will be your compass, your source of motivation to embark on your own journey of discovery. Every day, we'll explore a new destination each day, a unique experience each day with its own distinct identity. We won't just travel, we'll discover. Discover the world around us, discover amazing people, and most importantly, discover ourselves through every journey. Because travel isn't just about going somewhere, it's an inward journey where we find the missing pieces of ourselves. Going beyond the map travel isn't merely about marking locations on a map or taking beautiful photos for social media. It's a much deeper journey, an adventure of the soul. I once thought travel was simply a change of scenery, but with each trip I realized it's a powerful therapy, a boundless school, and a bridge connecting hearts. There were times when life felt overwhelming, invisible pressures crushing me to the point of exhaustion. I remember one instance after a prolonged period of intense work, I felt like a machine running on empty. I decided to leave everything behind with just a backpack and a one-way ticket to a remote mountain region. There, amidst the majestic wilderness, I spent hours just meditating, listening to the wind rustling through ancient pine trees, the gentle murmur of a stream and the cheerful chirping of birds. No phone calls, no work emails, just me and absolute silence. Gradually, the burdens in my mind dissipated like clouds swept away by the wind. I felt my body recharged, my soul cleansed. It was a healing experience that no other therapy could provide. Travel taught me that sometimes to find peace, we need to step away from the noise of life and return to our most primal selves. It wasn't just a trip, it was a journey back to who I truly am. Furthermore, travel is a magnificent school. Every culture, every person you meet along the way is a living book. I remember once when I got lost in an ancient city, an elderly local woman meticulously guided me. She didn't speak English and I didn't speak her language, but through gestures, eye contact, and smiles, we understood each other. She even invited me into her home, brewed me a warm cup of herbal tea, and shared stories of her life. In that moment, I realized that language isn't the only barrier. Rather, openness and kindness are the keys to connecting people. I learned patience when I had to wait hours for a delayed bus in a remote village, learned adaptability when I had to sleep in uncomfortable conditions, and learned courage when I had to face unexpected challenges. None of these lessons were found in textbooks, yet they were incredibly valuable for life. Travel transformed me from a shy person, afraid of new things, into someone more open, confident, and ready to face any challenge. It's a continuous learning process where every step is a new page turned. Breaking down barriers is something many people still hesitate about when they think of travel. I know there are many invisible barriers that make us procrastinate. No time, not enough money, fear of the unknown. I used to be one of those people. I once thought travel was a luxury only for those with ample money and free time. But then I realized that these were just excuses we created to justify our procrastination. I started by changing the smallest habits. Instead of buying a coffee every day, I saved that money in a special jar labeled Adventure Fund. Every time I put money in, I envisioned my upcoming trips, which motivated me to move. Gradually, the money in the jar grew, and I realized that small, consistent actions every day can lead to significant changes. I also learned to be more flexible with my time, utilizing weekends and short holidays for do-it-yourself trips closer to home. You don't need to go far to start. A hike in the nearest national park, an overnight camping trip under a starry sky, or simply exploring a nearby small town. All are excellent starting points. The important thing is to dare to step out of your comfort zone. The invaluable benefits of travel are what I want to emphasize. Travel brings priceless spiritual values that no material possession can match. It fosters personal growth, adaptability to all circumstances, and deep empathy for other cultures. I remember once while hiking in a remote mountain area, I met a group of local people building a small school for children together. They didn't have much material wealth, but their eyes glowed with joy and optimism. I spent a day working with them, sharing their simple meals. In that moment, I realized that happiness isn't about owning many things, but about sharing and connecting with those around you. I learned to appreciate what I have and to be grateful for the smallest things in life. Travel broadened my heart, helping me see the world through different eyes filled with love and understanding. It's a transformative journey where we not only explore the world outside, but also discover the world within ourselves. Now let's embark on a specific journey, a prime example of exploring lands with unique identities, diverse and full of surprises. Michigan. This state, located in the Midwest of the United States, is surrounded by the majestic Great Lakes, offering a natural beauty that few places can match. With over 12,000 freshwater lakes and a coastline longer than the entire U.S. Atlantic coast, Michigan is truly a paradise for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts. The state is divided into two large peninsulas, the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula, each offering its own distinct beauty, from desert-like sand dunes to vast primeval forests, from historic cities to tranquil islands. Before coming to Michigan, I only imagined endless lakes and forests. In my mind, Michigan was just an industrial state, a place where cars were made with not much exciting to discover. But upon setting foot here, I realized Michigan is a symphony of stories, from the resilience of Detroit to the peaceful beauty of its lakeside towns. It wasn't just a destination, it was a multi-dimensional experience that shattered all my preconceived notions. I remember the first time I drove along the shore of Lake Michigan, the golden sunlight reflecting off the shimmering water like millions of diamonds. I pulled over at a deserted beach, sat on the sand, listened to the waves, and felt the cool breeze. In that moment, I realized that Michigan's beauty isn't just in its famous landmarks, but also in its simple moments, the genuine emotions it evokes. Based on my personal experience, I can affirm that Michigan is a miniature world of the United States. Here you can find everything from the colossal sand dunes at Sleeping Bear Dunes to the vast primeval forests at Tahquamenon Falls, from the historic city of Detroit, with its steel spirit and relentless innovation, to tranquil islands like Mackinac, where time seems to stand still. Michigan also boasts lush vineyards on the Leelanau Peninsula, where you can savor exquisite wines and admire picturesque landscapes. This diversity not only offers numerous options for travelers, but also reflects the richness of the state's culture and history. I once thought that to experience such diversity, I would have to travel through many different states, but Michigan proved me wrong. It's a vivid testament that sometimes the most amazing things are right within our reach, just waiting for us to open our hearts and explore. Let's dive deep into 5 unique destinations that embody Michigan's distinct charm. First, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. A surreal natural painting where colossal sand dunes reach for the sky, embracing the deep blue of Lake Michigan like a miniature ocean. From above, you'll see endless golden sand dunes stretching out, creating a scene both majestic and serene, a unique blend of desert and sea. The wind whistles through the dune peaks as if telling ancient stories of this land's formation. The gentle lapping of waves from afar, like a soft symphony of nature, invites us closer to explore. When you're weary from hours of dune exploration, let the region's distinctive flavors soothe your hunger. This area is a paradise of fresh produce, especially tart cherries, as nearby Traverse City is dubbed the cherry capital of the world. I vividly recall the first time I bit into a warm, steaming cherry pie, its golden brown crust crispy, and the filling tart yet sweet, bursting with the flavor of summer. It wasn't just a dessert, it was a cultural experience, a piece of this land's soul. Furthermore, with its prime location by Lake Michigan, whitefish is an unmissable local delicacy. I enjoyed grilled whitefish at a small lakeside restaurant with a view of the shimmering water. The fish skin was perfectly crispy, the flesh white, naturally sweet, and utterly fresh. The most iconic experience here is the dune climb. I distinctly remember the feeling of starting to ascend the dune, each step heavy on the shifting sand. The wind blew strong sand stinging my face, but I pushed on little by little. Upon reaching the summit, I was utterly overwhelmed. A vast panorama unfolded before my eyes, endless sand dunes stretching out, merging with the deep blue of Lake Michigan. I stood there, arms outstretched, embracing the freedom, feeling small yet incredibly liberated. Then I couldn't help but burst into joyful laughter as I slid down the sandy slope, feeling like a child at play, completely unburdened. To gain a comprehensive view of Sleeping Bear Dunes' beauty, try the Pierce Stocking Scenic Drive. I drove along this 7-mile road, admiring the beautiful scenery on both sides, lush green forests, hidden lakes, and colossal sand dunes. I stopped at a scenic overlook, capturing the panoramic view, trying to imprint that majestic beauty into my mind. Afterward, I slowly walked through Glen Haven Historic Village, a meticulously preserved village where time seemed to stand still. I explored the old buildings, peered inside the old general store, and the boatworks, imagining the lives of Michigan's residents in the 19th century. Next, we journeyed to Detroit. The city that was once the heart of America's automotive industry has experienced a tumultuous history. But now it's powerfully re-emerging, blending ancient beauty with dynamic modernity. From above, you'll see modern skyscrapers interspersed with classic Art Deco architecture, showcasing a unique blend of old and new. Quick cuts of vibrant street scenes, bustling people, the faint sound of jazz music from afar, all paint a lively picture of a city reborn. Detroit is not just an industrial hub. It's a city with a diverse culinary scene reflecting its history and cultural melting pot. I vividly remember the first time I bit into a slice of Detroit-style pizza. It was unlike any pizza I'd ever tasted, rectangular with a thick, crispy and airy crust and cheese, stretched to the very edges, creating a signature caramelized crust. It was a perfect blend of crispiness, richness, and robust flavor. And of course, one cannot forget the Coney dog. I tried both famous versions from American Coney Island and Lafayette Coney Island. A natural casing hot dog topped with beanless chili, chopped onions, and mustard, all nestled in a soft bun. A simple yet addictive combination. I also savored the BBQ at Slow's BBQ, where smoke billowed from tender, flavorful grilled meats. Finally, another unique dish is almond boneless chicken ABC, a legacy from Detroit's old Chinatown, offering a distinct Asian American flavor unique to the city. Detroit is a living museum of art and history. I spent hours walking through the Motown Museum, Hitsville, USA, admiring memorabilia of music legends like the Supreme Stevie Wonder and the Temptations. Afterward, I visited the Detroit Institute of Art's DIA and was completely overwhelmed by Diego Rivera's colossal and powerful Detroit industry murals. I also walked the streets admiring the massive, colorful murals and unique Art Deco architecture. Every street corner could be an open-air art gallery reflecting Detroit's endless creativity and resilient spirit. Detroit boasts a vibrant craft beer scene, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to take a tour at a local craft brewery. I observed the brewing process from large fermentation tanks, saw a close-up of a foamy beer being poured, and raised my glass to savor the taste with a look of satisfaction. I also chatted with the bartender, learning about their stories and their passion for creating unique flavors. Then we find Mackinac Island, an island where time seems to stand still. No car horns, no exhaust fumes, only the gentle clip-clop of horse hooves on the road and the cheerful jingle of bicycle bells. From above, you'll see charming Victorian-era houses, car-free streets, and the clear blue lake surrounding the island. Mackinac Island is famous for a distinctive sweet treat that you absolutely must try: Mackinac Island fudge. I witnessed the fudge-making process firsthand, the fudge being stretched and cut into neat squares, its sweet aroma filling the streets. When I bit into a piece of fudge, my face lit up with happiness and surprise at its melt-in-your-mouth sweetness. Besides that, whitefish is also a popular dish on the island, often grilled or fried, preserving its fresh taste from the lake. I also enjoyed Mackinac Island fudge ice cream at a small roadside ice cream parlor, a perfect combination of cool ice cream and soft fudge pieces, creating an irresistible sweet treat. Since Mackinac Island is a car-free island, the best way to explore is by renting a bicycle or taking a horse-drawn carriage. I cycled along tree-lined paths, passing charming old shops and vibrant flower gardens, feeling the cool breeze and the profound peace. I also rode in a horse-drawn carriage, listening to the steady clip-clop of hooves and the gentle jingle of bells as if transported back to the 19th century. Afterward, I walked to Arch Rock, a beautiful natural rock formation with an arch shape offering a breathtaking view of Lake Huron. With its peaceful atmosphere and stunning scenery, Mackinac Island is an ideal place to watch a romantic sunset over the lake. I sat on the lakeshore, watching the sun slowly dip below the horizon, painting the sky and the waters of Lake Huron in vibrant hues of red and orange, creating a magical and poetic scene. Our fourth destination is Tahquamenon Falls State Park, a true gem of wild nature in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. From above, you'll see vast, dense forests stretching endlessly, and the winding Tahquamenon River with its distinctive reddish-brown water colored by tannins from the trees. Tahquamenon Falls State Park is a wilderness area, so dining options often focus on rustic local dishes, easily found at the Tahquamenon Falls Brewery and Pub right within the park. I savored a warm, steaming pasty, its golden crust crispy, and the filling rich with beef and vegetables. This traditional miner's meal is hearty and perfect after a day of exploration. Additionally, I tried the local craft beer here with its frothy white head, a unique flavor brewed on-site. And of course, the fresh whitefish from Lake Superior was a must-try, often served grilled or fried, preserving the fish's natural deliciousness. The highlight of the park is the Upper Falls. I stood before the falls completely amazed and overwhelmed by the colossal reddish-brown water plunging down with incredible power. The thunderous roar of the waterfall drowned out all other sounds, making me feel tiny before nature's grandeur. Afterward, I explored the lower falls, which offer a more serene beauty with a series of smaller waterfalls encircling an island. I waded in the water near the lower falls, if safe and appropriate, feeling the cool, refreshing water. To truly immerse myself in nature, I experienced overnight camping under the canopy of trees. The campfire crackled brightly at night, and I sat by the fire gazing at the twinkling stars, listening to the sounds of insects and the gentle wind. The next morning, I hiked through the forest, exploring the rich flora, and unexpectedly spotted a moose gracefully crossing a stream. Finally, we arrive at Leelanau Peninsula, a vibrant tapestry of green hues and delightful flavors, a true Garden of Eden in Michigan. From above, you'll see endless vineyards, gentle rolling green hills, and the deep blue of Lake Michigan, creating a beautiful and poetic natural landscape. Leelanau Peninsula is the heart of Michigan's wine industry, so local wine is its most famous specialty. I watched as a glass of wine was poured light, passing through the liquid. I raised the glass and savored the wine with a look of satisfaction. The refined flavors reflected the unique terroir and climate of the region. Besides that, I also picked fresh cherries or apples from the orchard, feeling the crisp, sweet taste of freshly picked fruit. Farm-to-table dishes are very popular here. I enjoyed beautifully presented meals using the freshest ingredients from local farms. I also savored artisan pastries at a small bakery, their delicious, subtly sweet flavors. Share in the comments below. Where do you want to explore most after this video, and what's holding you back? Let's overcome those barriers together. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration journeys. We'll open new doors together and find unexpected wonders in life. Ask yourself, what is stopping me from exploring this world? And what will I do to change that today? The vast world awaits you. Step out and discover. I know many of you still hesitate. No time, not enough money, fear of the unknown. But trust me, those barriers only exist in your mind. Start by exploring destinations close to home. Discover the beauty of your own country. You can begin by searching for cheap flights on your phone or simply planning a weekend hike at a nearby state park. The important thing is to act. I've learned how to plan smart, budget-friendly, and sustainable trips. The key is to be open to surprises because those are the ingredients that make for the most memorable journeys. Remember, going doesn't necessarily mean far. It means opening your heart to embrace new things. So what are you waiting for? Open your map right now and choose a destination you've always dreamed of, whether it's a state park nearby or a city you've never visited. Start planning your next adventure. The important thing is to act. Share in the comments below, where do you want to explore most after this video, and what's holding you back? Let's overcome those barriers together. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration journeys. We'll open new doors together and find unexpected wonders in life. Ask yourself, what is stopping me from exploring this world? And what will I do to change that today? The vast world awaits.